Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to my channel. We are going to talk about capital letters in this session. In English, I've seen innumerable candidates. They are making sentences, they are writing sentences, and they do not know and they make each and every word as a capital letter, which is actually the first alphabet in a word. This is not correct. You also need to understand before you try to go for such things. I believe you must have learned punctuation when you were in a school. In fact, when I was in a school, I also learned punctuation. So, in punctuation, there was a title or a kind of, I can say, an element in punctuation was capitalization or the capital letters. So, I would say that when we write a sentence, of course, it is always mandatory for me to keep a first word that is to be a capital letter. But if it is not a word, suppose if it is a singular alphabet, I can say I. Correct? If I'm writing he or if I'm writing she, these are the pronouns. It is not always when you're writing a name, when you are writing a pronoun itself, again you are supposed to use first letter as a capital letter. This is the beginning of the sentence. But sometimes people are not sure when they are writing words like weekdays, when they are writing the names of months, when they are writing the names of the festivals, seasons. As and when they are talking about the name, they themselves are sure that they are going to use a capital letters in case of name and surname. It is correct. But when they are writing their positions, now they are always confused of whether this is to be written in a capital letter or not. So here I will discuss with you such things in depth, and I would humbly request you to watch this video till end so that you understand how to use capitalizations, how to learn which words are to be written in the capital form, so that you are confident enough what you are writing and this is the right method or accurate method to write a word or a sentence structure in your essay. Or maybe sometimes I also found that the people are good enough in their speaking. I can understand that from speaking, nobody can check your punctuation, but still, when you're taking the pauses from where we can come to know that whether you are going to put a comma or if you're taking a long pause, that means it's going to end up the sentence, it's a full stop. To some extent, we can come to know. But about the capitalization, of course, nobody can ascertain whether you are well aware about the capitalization or not, which words are to be written in a capital letter form, because when you are speaking, because I cannot check your writing. But I have seen the people when they start writing, they are not confident enough. Or if they are confident, I believe they are overconfident. So here, ladies and gentlemen, I would humbly request you, if you really want to improve your English, if you really want to improve not only writing skills but also your speaking skills, reading skills, and listening skills, you have to stay humble. You have to look into whatever you write, whether it is a correct manner or not, whether it is accepted as per Cambridge norms or not, meeting certain standards and parameters. So anyone can say that I'm good enough in English, but I believe that when people appreciate your language, then only you can say that you're good enough in the language. But please understand that people who are appreciating, we also need to check their background, whether they understand it properly or not, what the language is all about. Otherwise, it's not a good idea to self assume that I'm a good speaker and I can do wonders. No, not like that. So here in this session, I warmly welcome you once again. I shall discuss with you what are the situations when you are supposed to use capital letters. Okay, so the title, the chapter here is, the topic here is capital letters that we are going to cover. So the first thing that we have to learn here is names of people and places. Suppose you are writing a sentence, Ram is my best friend. So if you use a name like Ram, Sham, if you're using any other's name, for example Mohan, so the first alphabet that you're writing, like it is Mohan, it is M in Mohan, so it should become a capital letter. It is something that everyone knows. If you're writing a sentence, for example, you have written a first sentence, Ram is one of my best friends, he is 29 years old. So if you are putting Y unnecessarily capital letter, you are keeping O as a capital letter unnecessary, it is not correct, my dear friends. So there I would suggest you to watch to understand it properly, how to use the capital letters. So what I said here, names of people and places. So if I'm giving a reference of a name of a person, it is absolutely fine to use a capital letter. If it is a first name, middle name, surname, again it is going to be a capital letter. Then second, I said that places. For example, if I write a place names, for example, King's Street, Church Lane, let us say. then it is always C is capital in church and lane, L is capital. So my dear friends, if you're writing a word like Piplod, it's the name of the location. So P will become a capital letter. If I say that you're writing a place like, you can say Alice Bridge, which is based in Ahmedabad. So it's a location. So that means in Alice Bridge, E will be a capital letter. Now you will be thinking like that whether Alice is separate from bridge or it is a singular word. If it is a singular word, then B cannot become a capital letter. If you write Alice separately, bridge separately, then B can be a capital letter. But here it is not to be written as a separate word because it is a single word. Alice Bridge. So E will be the capital letter, otherwise, and other letters will remain in the lowercase. Is it clear? So as in when you're writing the location, suppose you're writing the name of a place, you're writing the name of a state, I mean to say province, and whenever you're writing the name of a country, it is necessary for you, it is mandatory for you to use the first letter as a capital letter. Is it done? And next thing that you have to learn here is titles and the names of the institutions. Suppose you are going to talk about the name of the institution, of an institution or an organization. Of course, the first letter should become a capital letter. So now the question here is, for example, if I write a name that has three or four words, let us say three or four words. So whether I should write all the letters, all the words in the capital letters, especially the first alphabet, I would suggest that it depends on the name itself. If suppose I'm going to write some name of the institution and it is a preposition in between, let us say, then I may not write it. But yes, if it is a name, I would suggest you to use a capital letter at the beginning. Okay. For example, the name of the institution is Arihant Carrier Group. So Arihant means A should become a capital letter in the first name. Middle name is Carrier, so that means C should become a capital letter. In group, G should also become a capital letter. This is the way. Now the question is, if you are writing the position or a designation, or I would say that you are writing someone's title. If this title comes before the name, if this title comes before the name, then it should become a capital letter. If this title comes after the name, then it should not be a capital letter. For example, dash dash dash, the Prime Minister of dash dash dash. So that means here President or Prime Minister word is coming after the name. So it is not mandatory for you to write it in the capital letters. If Prime Minister word comes at the beginning, for example, Prime Minister dash dash dash. So that means the Prime Minister comes before the name. So here it is mandatory for you to keep P in prime as a capital letter, in Minister again M is a capital letter. So please understand the position of the word. Then only you will come to know whether you are supposed to keep it as a capital letter or not. And next here it is days, months and holidays. As in when you're going to talk about I shall come and meet you on Monday. So you're always confused whether I should use M as a capital letter or not. So I'm giving you confirmation that you can use M as a capital letter in Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, in any day, in any situation. Okay. Suppose when you're talking about in the night, so shall I write N as a capital letter? No, it is not required. It's not a date, it's basically a specific time. It is not required. Is it clear? Now one more thing that you need to understand here is months. So if I say that if I should come and meet you in January, or I'm planning to visit Goa in December. So it's name of the month. So in that case, D should become a capital letter. And the last that I want to discuss with you, holidays. So as and when I say that the schools are closed on the occasion of Diwali, so Diwali is the name of the festival. So in the case of the festival, the first letter should become a capital letter. Is it clear? So that means the schools are closed at Christmas. At Christmas. So C should become a capital letter here because it's the name of the festival. So it doesn't matter what word that you are writing. If you are sure that it is a festival, then you should make it a specific by using a capital letter. Is it clear? Suppose if I'm talking about one of my friends lives in New York. New York is the name of the place. So in New York, N will be a capital. In York, Y will be a capital. Correct? For if I say that he is an American. American, that means it's a group. The people who live in America, they are known as Americans. So I can say that he is an American. He's a European. I'm an Indian. I proudly say that I'm an Indian. So here I word will become a capital letter. Is it clear? I hope you have understood how to use capital letters while writing in an academic writing. So it hardly matters when you are either you are formal, informal, semi-formal, having conversation with someone in a writing form. So always you should understand that how the capital letters are to be used. We also call them uppercase, like upper letter, like that. But of course, I will say I will use a formal word that is a capital letter. So capitalization matters a lot in your writing. I hope you must have understood the things that I discussed with you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we shall be meeting again in the upcoming video sessions. Thanks a lot.